That was a shitty clap.
I don't know why you're clapping.
Because that's how I know when to cut it.
Oh.
To start the video. Anyways. Hey! Hey! It's your boy, TheJerkDonny. And how about the New Japan USA, eh?
I have no... You're throwing me hard curveballs here. I have no idea what he's talking about.
So, for those who don't know, I thought I'd bring this up at the start of the podcast, but New Japan released, I believe it was the start of last week. It was on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday that they're releasing their, because like everybody was assuming because they were trying to buy a Joshi promotion that they might start female wrestling, but no. The real announcement is that they announced New Japan USA. So basically what they're going to do, Cody, is they're going to split their... Oh, by the way, my co-host is here. He's well hung. He's Hungman Page.
That's me.
And they're going to be releasing now an American promotion. So it's good. They're going to still run New Japan Pro Wrestling, and there's New Japan USA. So they're going to split the roster, and they're going to have their own US-based promotion. Because you know the LA Dojo, they're training all those guys over there, right? Mm-hmm. So now they're going to run their own promotion in the United States, which I honestly think is going to be really successful considering the stars they have over there. Which makes me wonder, who are they going to send over to the United States? And my prediction is that Naito and Ibushi are going to become the two big fixtures of the American one.
Yeah, that's...
Have you seriously not heard anything?
I haven't heard anything about this, to be honest. Wow. I've heard like some rumors on NXT Japan as an idea.
Yeah.
But nothing makes sense.
Have you been able to watch any more of the G1?
You're funny.
So I'm just going to spoil the G1 finals for you. Come on, man. You're never going to get to the finals at this rate.
I need to watch it. I need to experience it.
You just watch the final.
I will. I'll get to it in due time. Anyways, no, that'd be interesting. I'm kind of interested in seeing that now. Okay, now I know why you're saying we might have more work to do.
Yeah, so what might happen is when New Japan USA starts, I believe that we will do like our own little... Because I don't think they're going to be running weekly shows. I think they're going to do the same thing they do in Japan where they do tours.
Okay.
So we'll definitely go over each tour.
Okay. Yeah. No, that'd be kind of cool, but
that's not what you guys are here for. You guys are here for the Wednesday Night Wars, and this is October 23rd, NXT versus AEW.
Yeah, and we'll start off with the ratings for this week, and actually quite a bit of a drop. So this week, AEW drew 963,000 viewers in total. Big drop, finally dipped under 1 million. And then NXT drew less as well, dropping under 700,000 with 698,000.
Yeah, that one's not as big as
not as big, but considering NXT was at 790,000 last week, I believe, or 798 or something last week. That's a pretty substantial drop. And then AEW, obviously same thing, not a huge drop, but like still dropping under 1 million is a thing, but I think it's starting to kind of plateau out a bit.
Let's be honest, those numbers are a lot better than most TV shows. So.
Yeah, I mean, for a debuting one, there's unheard of numbers. But anyways, you're not here for that shit. You're here for the good shit.
Let's start with NXT. So NXT opens up with a replay package like they do every week. They always look good.
Is it NXT without it?
Yeah, to be fair. And then it starts off with a match between Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Now, this match starts off with like a big test of strength between the two because these two are... This is basically just a giant alpha woman match.
Just big, thick women.
Just beating the fuck out of each other. Rhea takes... Oh, yeah, my favorite part of this is Bianca takes early control with like her wrestling background and starts putting Rhea to the ground. He throws Rhea into the corner, runs a big-ass drop kick, and just knocks her ass over tea kettle. It was great. Rhea takes control after that with a big suplex. But then Belair gets back into it with a power slam off the top ropes. I thought that was a cool move. Big throwback move to all the big guys that usually do that. Mm-hmm. Big double down with the hair grab. I thought that was... Whenever I see like when I see big hoss women go for hair grabs, I think that's kind of dumb in my personal opinion because I'd rather see them just go for like big hoss moves.
Yeah. You
usually see that with smaller women, but yeah, I'll let it slide this time.
Honestly, I just don't care for it at all. I don't care when men do it, and I don't care for it when women do it, to be honest.
Unless MJF did it. That would make sense.
if
he's
MJF...
a pussy-ass bitch.
Yeah.
Then my favorite spot of the entire match. So Bianca ducks Rhea's clothesline. Rhea runs back in with a big boot. Turns her. She has this big ass bump. Bianca Belair was bumping her ass off. She was as I said, Pierre, bumping like a legend. Rhea gets this. She tries to go for what I call the amazing reverse cloverleaf, but Bianca gets to the ropes. Rhea does this big dive to the outside, throws Bianca back in. As she's about to go back in, Io Shirai runs down, hits a tiger feint kick, throws her in, big spear, forward two. I thought it was an amazing two. I honestly thought it was over.
I thought it was over too, honestly.
Because that used to be one of Bianca's Belair's finishes, but not this time. And then, Candice gets rid of Shirai, who's on the apron. Rhea hits the Riptide for 3. I thought this was actually a pretty solid match. Overall, good story progression for all 4 women who are all chasing Shayna Baszler. I thought this match actually made Bianca Belair look good in defeat because she was bumping her ass off in the ring and all that. But I don't think it was like the best match in the world, obviously. I only gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a pretty solid match overall.
Yeah, I agree with you. It just kind of furthered the story for all of them. Honestly, for most of the match, I didn't see Bianca really winning up until the point where Io Shirai interfered, and then I was like, "Oh shit, is she gonna fucking win?" As soon as she hit the spear, because that was a nice.
I was thinking they might do War Games Shirai versus Ripley, but they might still build to that.
Yeah, I mean they may. It's kind of like. That's just what I thought. I was like, as soon as I saw her hit the spear, I'm like, oh god, it's done, it's over. But as soon as she kicked it out, I'm like, okay, so Ripley's winning then.
Yeah.
That's exactly like the thoughts that were going through my head.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that Bianca was really ever gonna win this, but I do agree with you. She did look pretty good on it. I would give it 2.5 stars just because it was kind of predictable, if I'm gonna be honest. But it is what it is.
But yeah, after the match, we get a replay of the attack on Dream by Era. And then we get Kathy Kelly runs outside to interview Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. If you're wondering why he's laughing, please go watch this promo. In my opinion, it's one of the best backstage promos ever. So Pete Dunne just walks up and she's just like, Kathy Kelly's like, oh, what do you think about Cameron Grimes? Like, oh, he did whatever he had to do to win. And then Tyler Bate's like, what? He hit you below the belt, though, dude. And then she asks him about Killian Dane, and then Pete Dunne says, and I quote, I don't care about Killian Dane. Vince McMahon doesn't care either, and Tyler Bate just fucking loses it.
I'm pretty sure Tyler Bate was corpsing here, because I was.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as I saw him fucking like starting to smile, I just started losing my shit.
And then after this amazing thing, we get Ciampa with a promo package as I turn the page, into our next match. Riddle versus Cameron Grimes. Now let me give you my thoughts when I first saw this.
You know what? Can I say something real quick?
No.
I'm gonna say it anyways. I don't care. Can I protest the name Cameron Grimes? Can he be renamed to Rick Grimes, please? Because that's what I think every time I see him.
Except he's a lot sexier. When I first saw this match
Andrew
coming
Lincoln's
down,
a sexy man.
When I first saw this match coming down to the ring, I was kind of pissed off. Because I didn't want to see Cameron Grimes lose, because, let's be honest here, he wasn't really going to beat Matt Riddle, who's like their Brock Lesnar, except like talented, and not a piece of shit.
And actually a likable person.
Maybe he's still a piece of shit, but at least he's a funny piece of shit.
Well, I mean, I feel like...
He ain't no stallion.
I don't know why... I don't know why people hate Matt Riddle so much. I mean, honestly...
No, nobody does. I'm just saying that he's kind of a dick.
Matt Riddle?
Yeah.
Is he? I
think he's a dick for being a dick. He's a dick to Goldberg.
I feel like people just... I feel like because he speaks his mind, I feel like people get the wrong impression of him.
Honestly, I've never heard anybody say a bad word about Riddle but me right now.
Oh, I was looking at a lot of stuff and people just shitting on Matt Riddle. I'm like, what? Whoa, like what the fuck?
Well, when I saw this, I'm like, I don't want to see. He used to be known as Trevor Lee before he was Cameron Grimes, which I think Cameron Grimes is a better name. But I just thought, I don't want to see Cameron Grimes lose because I was hoping Cameron Grimes would just eventually work his way up to an NA. And I called the NA title, but the North American title. But anyways, into the match.
One quick thing. I found it funny when Riddle, like, jumps into the ring. He does his kind of, like, thing in the middle, but then he, like, picks something up, which was, like, a piece of Rhea Ripley's costume and threw it out, and I just fucking laughed. I don't know why.
But anyways, they both try to get their quick finishes up with the flash knee, and I guess it's called the chest cave or whatever. His double stomp.
Cave in.
Cave in, there we go. Riddle and Grimes start with showing the wrestling prowess. Riddle then begins to outstrike Grimes, hits a big jackhammer for 2. I just love how they were just started Goldberg.
Fuck you, Goldberg.
A bunch of Goldberg chants. Commentary even referenced Goldberg on this, so can we please just get Riddle versus Goldberg? I would love for that match to happen. Grimes hits his big backflip into a German for 2, which was freaking amazing. Commercial break, then we get back. It's a bro to sleep into a German for 2. Grimes powers Riddle into a swinging Uranagi for 2, which I thought was great. Grimes goes to the top rope. Riddle cuts him off. And a big superplex for 2. You know what I noticed about these two shows? There's a lot of superplexes.
That was a big thing. I don't know. I feel like it's very it's very normalized now. It's not like it used to be like a super big spot, but it's kind of just like for the par now. But
yeah,
it's not.
I don't mind a superplex as long as it's not in every freaking match. But, yeah. Big floating bro, but Grimes gets the knees up. He gets C4, Spanish fly, whatever you want to call it, for 2. Grimes goes for the double stomp, but this was a cool moment. Riddle catches him, power bombs him, flash knee into the Gotch falling tombstone, which I don't know what they call it because I missed it. 4-3. Yeah, I thought this was a really good match.
It's a bro Derek.
Bro Derek, okay. I thought this match made Grimes look like a pretty big star, and Riddle is still the man, which I thought was great. I give this match 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a really good match, really good pacing. I think both men are amazing. They're both future WWE champions, in my opinion. If Vince dies soon, if you want me to be straight up, I think Vince would make Matt Riddle WWE champion, but Cameron Grimes maybe not so much. I see these guys being top of the card if they're pushed properly.
Yeah, I feel like Riddle's one of those guys that it's impossible to fuck up because he can do good with whatever he's given. Whereas I feel like Cameron Grimes might kind of need that extra push. Anyways, I agree with you. This is a really action-packed match. There wasn't really any slow moments in this, which was what was kind of great about it.
Yeah.
But again, it was pretty relatively short. I think it was 6 or 7 minutes. It was pretty short.
Yeah.
So I'll give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Also, what did I put here? It was so fucking weird.
Oh, no. I know what you're about to say. Let me talk about the post-match. So Cameron Grimes refuses the fist bump from...
He's not a
bro. Riddle. But instead, Riddle goes and fist bumps Bate, who's been watching this match. And then Grimes shoves Bate, and then Bate goes for shows him one hand, and then just smacks him. Just knocks him out. I thought that was just great.
I was misreading my own fucking quote, but I wrote down Tyler Bate smash the hell out of him, and I even put, because I knew I would forget, it's a Booker T reference for you, future Cody. Thanks, past Cody. Back to you, future Cody.
And
thanks,
this will lead to, at the end of the show, that I'll just throw this out because at the end of the show they announced next week's matches. It will be Cameron Grimes versus Tyler Bate, which I think will be a great match. They show a package of the Forgotten Sons' attack on Breezango from previous weeks, and then we get a promo from Dijakovic for his match later on, the triple threat for the North American title. I got his name right this time. We're just going to call him Dijak from now on, because pronouncing his full name every time he does a spot is...
Dijakovic.
And then Regal announces earlier in the night that Team Kick, also known as Dakota Kai and Keegan Knox, versus Shafir and Duke. The winner takes on the Kabuki Warriors for the women's tag belts.
Do you just call them the Kabuki?
The Kabuki.
God damn it.
Fuck it. They're the Asians. The Asians tag team is what Vince wants you to know them as.
They're evil foreign Asians.
Comes the best entrance in history, Breezango, and a mystery opponent because their original partner was going to be Kushida, but Kushida's out with a wrist injury at the moment. So Breezango's new tag team partner is Swerve, but I love that during the Breezango's entrance, Beth Phoenix with the sexual innuendos again. God,
for fuck's sake!
If you can't have one handle on the throw, use 2 if it's too big.
For fuck's sakes, Beth, take it to the goddamn hotel, please.
I just loved it so much.
Every time with these guys.
But yeah, it's Breezango and Swerve Scott taking on the Forgotten Sons. Riker starts the match and he just outpowers everyone.
He just fucking slaps everybody, sit down.
Then eventually he tags in. I think it was Cutler, and Cutler tries to go for Sunset flip on Dango, but Dango says no, no, no. Shakes his hips, big leg drop. Cut to break, come back, and the Suns are in control, and they're working over Breeze. Reich hits the post, and then Breeze finally gets a big tag to Dango. Dango's a house of fire. Then we get a little awkward moment between Dango and Cutler, and they just don't know what to do. Like, he suplexes him, it's really awkward, and they try to make a tag. Then Cutler hits Swerve with this big Tiger backbreaker. It's like the second time he's done it. I think it's a pretty good move. Call back to Chris Jericho when he used to do it. The Suns hit a big Frankensteiner off the top rope, big double headbutts. I thought this was going to be the end of the match, but no, Breezango were able to break it up. Swerve takes out Blake and Cutler, then Riker tags in. And then the most oh my god moment of this week was so Swerve's on the top rope battling with Riker. He fights him off. Then he jumps off Riker's chest into a moonsault onto the Forgotten Sons.
That was so great.
I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
Breezango tag in, hit a big double super kick. I thought this was the end of the match, but on Riker, they only get to 2 because the rest of the Suns break it up. Dango and Riker take each other out. There's a blind tag to both Cutler and Swerve. Cutler turns Swerve inside out with his big-ass clothesline. Cutler becoming one of my favorite members of the Suns. Sorry, Blake, you suck dick. Suns go for their finish, the stupid reverse DDT stomp thing that looks dumb as hell. But Breeze breaks up and Swerve hits this weird back kick to Blake for the win. Yeah, this match was kind of interesting because at the beginning it was kind of sloppy, kind of slow, but at the end it really picked up.
It was like almost. I felt like it was a comedy match at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then it was. It was
a good slow burning match. I was originally like at the beginning, I'm like, oh, this is like a 2 3/4 star match. But by the ramped up at the end, I was really into it, and I actually gave it 3 3/4 stars.
Funny thing you say 2 3/4 because that's what I gave it.
I thought everybody looked great in this match. I thought it was a good tag team match. This is what 6-mans are supposed to look like. Good, entertaining. Yeah, I thought it was a good match.
I just felt like a lot of it was...
You just don't like the Forgotten Sons. Because you forget about them all the time.
It's true.
You just don't like big, sweaty men.
Exactly. Yeah, I just felt like there was a lot of like some really kind of awkward moments, especially that moment you said between it was Swerve and Cutler?
Yes, Swerve and Cutler.
It was
it was Dango and Cutler.
Dango and Cutler. It was just really fucking weird. I was like, did they forget what they were supposed to... Like, did they just have...
No, he randomly suplexed, and then Dango gets the tag after he'd been suplexed. So I was like, oh, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Whatever.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, I can let those things slide.
Yeah, I was kind of like, eh. Then again, I'm not a huge fan of tag matches, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But like, it wasn't terrible. It just didn't really wow me, except for the moment Swerve jumped off of Riker's chest to Cutler and Blake. Yeah. That was fucking awesome. Yeah. I didn't expect that to happen, but that was great.
So then we get a backstage promo from Roddy Strong hyping up his part of the triple threat match for the North American title tonight. Backstage promo with Killian Dane, my boy, on Dunn. Leo Rush is on commentary for the next match between Angel Gaza and Jack Gallagher. It's always good to see Jack Gallagher and my boy I keep calling Gaza, but it's Garza. Or is it Gaza? I don't know. Garza. Anyways. At the beginning of this match, Jack out-wrestles Garza, but he pulls off Garza's pants, and then...
He's my boy Taichi. Or, sorry, your boy Taichi.
I love Taichi. Nobody else does, but...
I just love the fact that he rips off his pants like Taichi.
Garza hits a big reverse suplex off the ropes. Gallagher answers back with his big deadlift suplex, and then Garza takes controls with his big monkey flip to the outside. That must have hurt. Then he goes for like a dive, slaps Gallagher on the back.
Well, he he tries to go for the dive, but Gallagher ducks down and he stops and he just slaps him on the back.
And Gallagher gives him a big headbutt in return for that. And then, he takes back control, hits a lion salt for the win. Yeah, I thought this was a good display match. I thought both men looked good. They actually both men got most of their offense in. Maybe mix, like Gallagher, he didn't get as much. But yeah, I give this 2 3/4 stars out of 5. I thought it was a good match. I like both men. For the amount of time they were given, it was very serviceable.
It was okay at best. I didn't really care for it that much. I was kind of hoping for more. I didn't really know who Angel Garza was besides the guy that lost to Tommaso Ciampa when he came back.
Yeah.
So I gave it like 2 out of 5 stars because it kind of felt like a squash match, but not even like one of those super big squash matches like with Tommaso Ciampa, like where he clearly destroyed him.
Yeah.
This felt like kind of like Gallagher got a couple hits in, but nothing like super big besides like the headbutt and the deadlift suplex.
Yeah.
But it felt too short. That was the thing. It just felt really fucking short.
We can. Well, not every fight's gonna be fun.
I know, but it's like especially with, we'll get to the next one, but like I didn't care for it that much.
Speaking about not caring, let's talk about the worst match of the night. Team Kick versus Shafir and Duke with Baszler. Let me just go through this quickly because it doesn't deserve breath. Duke and Shafir take early control, awkward move. Tegan, House of Fire, tags in 2 choke slams, crossbody, Shining Wizard for 3. Woo! 1 star out of 5. Shitty match. I don't know what else you really want me to say about it. Like, to be honest,
it had one cool moment that was ruined by the end. I like the when Shafir was holding up Kai, and then Duke goes for the knee, and then they transition it into a gutbuster.
Yeah.
But then Duke ruins it by doing like a running knee strike, and I'm like, but she did it to like her side, so she like dropped, and I'm like you could have done literally anything else. Like a running drop kick would have been great. A running fucking like a headbutt. A running like you fucking flail your body at them. Literally anything else, and I'm like, wow, you fucked that up.
Yeah, like everyone says how good Team Kick is, but so far I haven't really seen much from Nox and Kai for me to actually get hyped about it. So yeah, and honestly, like if there wasn't like decent wrestling in this match, I would have gave it 0 stars. Yeah. But since like the wrestling wasn't that bad, I gave it 1 because like I just did not give a single fuck.
I felt the exact same about this match. With the last match, it's like 2 out of 5. Like there was like,
oh, that's too generous, man.
I know you think it's too generous, but I mean I'm reserving like that, like the 1 out of 5 stars for like matches I really did not care for.
Yeah, this is a match I did not care for at all, except for what happened after. But
that's
we'll get
fair.
to that.
That's fair because it really felt like a squash match that wasn't a squash match.
Yeah,
because like the last one felt more kind of like a squash match that had a bit of like moments where Gallagher got some hits in, but this one felt like a squash match without the whole traits of being a complete squash match, which was kind of like, I get it. They're trying to give them like some better opponents, but at the same time, I don't think Shafir and Duke have really proved themselves to be a credible threat yet to Kai and Nox.
Yeah.
And so it just, the thing is about this match and even the last match, I didn't really care. That's the thing. I did not care.
Well, I love Jack Gallagher and Garza, so I cared.
And the thing is like the way I kind of look at it is just like anything 5 or anything below 5 is kind of like I just have an indifference, or I came away liking it. Not
below 5 stars. You said anything below.
So okay, I'm thinking translated to like out of 10 in total.
2.5.
So like 2.5 equal to 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm thinking anything 2.5, anything below 2.5 is basically. I came away disliking it more than I liked it.
Yeah. More
or less. Like, it just didn't care for it that much. Or maybe it had, like, 1 or 2 cool things. Anyways, off track. Didn't really care for this match. Donovan, hit on over to what happened after that.
So then we get a cool video between Asuka and Kairi Sane basically calling out and talking shit to Team Kick. And I hope the match is better because, like, Team Kick really needs to make me care. Otherwise, I just hope Asuka and Kairi at this point just squash him in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I do like
just Asuka lock and elbow drop, then boom, done.
I love the Asuka's new look with the green goo all over her face. That was
really the green mist. I love that.
Yeah.
Anyways, get a promo from Keith Lee hyping up the match, and that match is next for the North American title. Keith Lee, Dijak, and Strong.
I was like, oh shit, we're gonna have one more match, and then we're gonna have the main event, and it was like, no, just the fuck you, just this event. And I'm like, oh okay, all right, hi Lee.
So let's start off with this match. Let's start with Roddy Strong bouncing off Lee like he's freaking putty. That's always great. Then Lee just sauce. Why did I say sauces? He just sauces Dijak. And then Beal Strong just destroying them. Roddy dumps Lee as he's on the top rope, and then superplex Dijak, which I thought was a cool spot. Dijak then takes control and suplexes Lee onto Roddy, which is another cool spot.
Oh God, I thought if Lee landed funny, he was just gonna fuck up Strong's ribs.
Dijak rolls onto Lee, who catches him, but Roddy drop kicks them both. Oh yeah, he does like the rolling to the outside. Lee catches him.
Lee catches him like it was nothing. I know you said you've seen it, but I've never seen that before.
I've honestly seen it like 20 times. It's a common spot in their match. It gets people excited every time.
Well, it's like he catches it, but his face literally has like no change to it. Just dead eye, like just like, yeah, what you got, bitch?
He goes up for the power bomb, but he gets kicked out by Roddy. I lost my place. The fuck was I? Oh yeah, and then Dijak and Lee. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Then you completely fucked me up, man. Roddy then dives onto Dijak. There we go. Who catches him rolling elbow. Lee then powerbombs Dijak while Dijak is holding. Who's suplexing Roddy for a big Tower Doom spot. I thought that was cool.
And Lee almost fucking fell out of the ring and died.
Commercial break and we're back. And Lee is just throwing in all the big spots. Double backdrops, both Roddy and Dijak. Roddy hits a backbreaker onto Dijak after they've exchanged some strikes, and then starts pounding Lee with these running elbows, and then a big Olympic slam for 2, which I thought. Then Lee proceeds to kill Roddy's chest with this big double chop. It sounded
fucking
great.
love his Grizzly Magnum. It's so great.
So then Roddy gets them both Lee and Dijak to the outside, does a dive through the ropes. Lee and him catches him. Feast your eyes. Pounds. Strong is out of the match. Then we got a big stare down between Lee and Dijak. Roll back into the ring. And then they start fighting to the top rope. Dijak hits a big avalanche choke bomb for 2. Dijak then kills Roddy with a spaceman as Lee gets out of the way, and then Lee dives to the outside. And every time I see this, it's like, oh my God, his knees.
I love how with the spaceman jump by Dijak. I thought the commentary said the crossbody flop, and I'm like, what? And every time I played it back, that's all I could fucking hear. I thought it was just like some weird moonsault, but anyways, yeah, I just love them whenever they jump outside of the ring like that.
Exactly.
Especially Lee.
Lee and Dijak fight back into the ring, get to the top rope, and Lee hits a big spirit bomb onto Dijak, but we think it's over. Nope. Roddy runs in, sick kick to Lee's face for the 3. He steals it just by skin of his teeth. Oh, this was an amazing match. It kind of showcases all they've done. To be fair, I think this is one of their weaker matches. It's probably in the middle of the road compared to all their matches, so I gave it 4.25 stars out of 5. I thought it was a great match overall, though.
See now I think I have the luxury of not being so familiar with other matches, so I think I enjoyed it a bit more, so I gave it 4.5 out of 5. Like this match, it had obviously during the commercial break or the commercial ads where we were still seeing the match, where they had just like simple like a little bit of like wrestling, a bunch of like hits, a bunch of smacking around, but other than that, everything that we saw on the TV, there was no low points, and every single thing that they did was so fucking good. And the last like 3-ish minutes from the point where they took out Strong was fucking so good. From the fucking the avalanche choke bomb to the fucking to the crossbody flop to his tope con hilo, and then to the avalanche spirit bomb, and then finishing with the sick kick. So fucking good. Everything was fucking great.
But now let me set you the scene for this final part of NXT. So, Eric comes out, obviously, because Roddy won. They came to celebrate. They came to congratulate their boy. Then they see Lee just chilling on the floor. They're just like, you know what? Let's just beat up this dude.
Let's just beat up this poor big man.
Fuck him. Let's beat him up. And as they're beating him up, they go to do their pose as, like, the close-ender pose. But, like, it's lingering a little too long. Why is it lingering too long? Beep, 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 and here comes your boy, the Yeti. No, Tommaso Ciampa.
Why did I know you were going to say the Yeti?
Tommaso Ciampa comes out to Big Daddy's Home Chats, gets into the ring like a fucking psychopath, and he just stands there, and Era's ready to size up, get ready to beat the fuck out of this crazy psychopath, and then you hear Rebel Heart play, and then your boy. Johnny Wrestling runs out.
Johnny Yeti.
And then they look in the ring. It looks like DUI's United. Oh, this is great. But it's still 4-on-2. This doesn't look too great. Then Finn Balor's music hits.
Wow, 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 wow,
He waddles his baldish head
Waddle.
up, gets into the ring, looks oddly taller than the other two, which surprised the fuck
Which is
out of me.
weird because he's only like, what is he, like 5'11" or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not that tall.
Yeah, and they look like they're sizing up to fight the Era. Then a Pele kick right to Roddy.
Roddy.
Right to Roddy.
Pele kick by
Right to
Balor.
By Balor right to Johnny, and then Era just sees their moment. They just beat the fuck out of Tommaso Ciampa. Big last call into Tommaso Ciampa, but Balor's like standing there, like him and Adam Cole are having like a moment where they're looking at each other, and it's like, is he part of the Era?
I don't feel like...
Is he a part of the Era? Do they have an alliance? Do we know? The big drop kick, a big bloody Sunday into the ramp to Johnny Gargano, and yeah, it's their closing. You just have to watch it. It's amazing. So, if we're going to rank this segment, because I think the segment deserves a ranking. First segment, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It did everything it needed to do. It left me questioning what they're going to do. Is DIY back together? Is Balor part of the Era? Why did he attack Johnny Gargano? Does Roddy still take pictures with his title on his dick? We'll see.
So here's my thing. I agree with you. I think this is a 5 out of 5, like kind of like ending. This is the same thing that I loved about the ending of the AEW match with the whole like the inner circle and them like and then bring out Jake Hagar. And that's what I kind of enjoyed about it. So a couple things. I did not expect Balor to turn heel when I found out about that because it got spoiled.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! Like he
That's
hasn't
a
been
big thing.
like that is huge because he hasn't been heel since he's been in New Japan. So that's like that must be big for him and kind of like almost I guess like a relief to play someone different. Mm-hmm. As for DIY, don't know if they're necessarily reunited. I would say they're on better terms now, and maybe they'll unite to fight someone. I'm thinking maybe they'll fight Balor and Adam Cole.
Maybe they'll take the tag titles off of Fish and O'Reilly.
Maybe that's a possible.
I hope so.
And then I think with the whole Adam Cole and Finn Balor look, I don't think they have an alliance. I think it's just an understanding. Like they want. I
honestly want Finn Balor to join the Era. As much as a lot of people don't like that idea, I love that idea because he can be like their assassin. Like he can bring him out and he can just kill Keith Lee, just cut off Dijak's head, turn Dream into a nightmare. You know what I mean? Like all these great things. But yeah, anyways, that's NXT, and we'll move on to AEW.
Wait, we want to give star ranking?
Nope, we do not do that until we do the
right.
week. I think it's better if we put them to like while we're discussing who we thought did better that week, so we can throw the star ratings then.
Okay, all right. So first off, AEW started like full dick hard in, like right away, full dick.
Yeah, there's two guys in
like,
the ring. I'm like,
right
what?
away. I'm like, what the fuck? Did I miss the opening?
Yeah, me too. I was like,
but
God.
I just think it's how they cut it up because I think they started early and then the TV was kind of like late to the punch. Mm-hmm. Anyways, right off the bat, we have.
Before you get into this. The thing I like about how this match started is it had like a big match feel. Like I felt like, oh, this is a big match. Like these two teams have destroyed the Young Bucks and made them look like pussies. No, no, I thought it had a big match. I think it was a big match feel because they both beat supposedly the greatest tag team in the Young Bucks. But yeah, I thought that just had a big match feel. I just wanted to throw that in.
All right, I'm gonna announce who the fuck this is first. We had Private Party versus the Lucha Bros. Woo! And all I gotta say with this match, I'll go through some of my favorite spots in here. I won't go through everyone because it's a fucking long ass list of spots. This, I think, was probably my favorite match of AEW this night. Not of the night, but I think of AEW. But just some of the high spots in this match. It was very back and forth for most of the match. Again, Quen, who is that's Mark Quen. I'm just gonna call him Quen. I'm gonna refer to them as last names from now on, just because I feel like that's it. I call him
Quinn in my notes.
Anyways, Quen still a fucking goddamn spaceman. Yeah. Goddamn, this guy can jump like he's on the fucking moon.
Yeah, just to throw you a note that I said, Private Party's offense, delicious. I thought that was a perfect word to describe their offense.
Their stuff is like better than caviar.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so then we had one of my other favorite things. Where was it? Oh yeah, fucking Cassidy screaming in the background again.
Yeah.
So Pentagon and Phoenix both held up Quen on the rope, had Pentagon holding him back, and Phoenix gave him a big meaty chop, and Cassidy just fucking screaming in the background. Always gives me a good fucking chuckle. We had Quen being Irish whipped into the Quen Irish whipping Phoenix into the rope. Which then Phoenix swung back, kind of like because he kind of like swung out, but then he came in, and Cassidy actually rolled up Quen to dodge the kick because it was like a roundhouse, and then Cassidy pushed Phoenix into Quen's Manhattan drop, so I just call it the nut drop.
Yeah.
And then to a Gamengiri by Cassidy, and then a leg sweep by Quen, finished by a camel clutch, and then Quen literally jumped over top of him for a double stomp.
Yeah, this is where I said their offense is delicious.
Oh, so good! Like they had, and I can't. I don't want to go through everything, otherwise we're gonna be here for a couple hours. But there was a lot of fucking moments in.
There's two big ones I hope you talk about.
Well, I'll probably find the other one, but okay.
The one big one I have to mention, just in case you don't, is the silly string is one of my favorite moves.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the silly string. They hit them with the silly string. Who they hit with it? It was.
He hit Pentagon.
Yeah, Pentagon with the silly string, which always looks really good. A nice 450 by Quen to Pentagon, which I didn't think a 450 could look any better, but fuck, these guys make it look so much better.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to you, Ricochet, but these guys just do it so well.
Yeah.
And I love you, Ricochet, but come on. We had this one I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
So okay,
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
So Phoenix hit Quen with a super kick in the corner, and then Pentagon followed up with another one. And at this point, Phoenix jumped to the top rope and did this fucking foot stomp, and
reverse foot stomp.
Yeah, to his back. And I thought he honestly broke his fucking back.
I said it was the sickest move of the night.
Yeah, it was
definitely my favorite. Well, next to like the swerve move, this is definitely one of my favorite moves.
Yeah,
of the week.
Oh, God, just like looking back at it, I could feel it in my back. Like it fucking hurt to watch. It was like one of those moments with like the Darby Allin to the corner with the coffin drop.
Yeah,
the corner of the apron. It's like that level of pain. There was another cool moment where the Lucha Bros stacked Private Party with like Cassidy on top of Quen.
Yeah.
And basically did an assisted drop kick to Cassidy, who accidentally gave a poison rana to Quen.
Yeah, that was great.
Which was funny to watch because I'm just like, goddamn, like just kind of like goofy shit like that sometimes in the middle of the match can always give me a good impression of a match where it's not always 100% serious.
Yeah.
Just shit like that's funny. Where was another really cool one? Oh, Pentagon kicked Quen in the ass twice, like really fucking hard.
Yeah, I saw that.
he had a fucking Quen on the kind of limping around trying to get to Cassidy, just kicks him in the ass, gets him on the ground. He goes to tag in Phoenix, comes around, kicks him again, and fucking the slaps that these noise made it sound like fucking like Keith Lee's Grizzly Magnum chops. Yeah. That was fucking brutal. Phoenix had a chop to Cassidy at one point for another fucking scream.
Cassidy's screams are great.
I don't know how he gets that fucking loud with it. Is that another really big moment? I think it was.
So one thing I want to mention.
Oh, yeah. This is the other big moment.
Oh, never mind.
What? Damn.
It's all good.
Okay, so we had a double Irish whip by both members of Private Party to Phoenix, who whipped back in again, similar to the earlier one, but this time hook kicked Quen and grabbed like Cassidy because he went for a big boot, threw it to Quen, but then Quen literally threw Cassidy to Phoenix for the stunner.
Yeah.
And then it was followed by a spinning kick by Quen, who assisted Cassidy in like, I don't know what it was, but it was like this weird reverse flipping DDT facebuster type thing. I have no idea what it was called, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And then Cassidy finished it by running to one side and running out to Pentagon, and did this tornado moonsault thing that looks so nice.
Corkscrew Pancha, yeah.
Yeah, that looks so good. That was fucking great. Another chop to Cassidy for another scream.
I like how you always put down every single chop someone does.
Well, it's only when it's really meaty chops. If it's just like, oh, hey, look, I just fucking slapped you. Yeah, that looks painful. I'm not going to write that down. It's only when I get like a good reaction out of it. There was a really cool moment where Phoenix set up a gory bomb and then a leg drop combination to both members of Private Party. That looked cool.
That looked painful. That was the only kind of botch I thought was in the match. Because it kind of looked like he mistimed the leg drop. And it kind of looked like he fucked up Quinn quite a bit.
I mean, he got back into it right away. Both of them were up and going right away, pretty much. Pentagon gave whiplash to Quinn with a sling blade. And a fucking powerbomb to the knee to Cassidy, which looked like he fucked up his back.
Yeah.
And then we got, at one point, we had the gin and juice.
Gin and juice! I'm sorry, that's what I wrote in my notes. Like,
which was great.
Where is it?
Gin and juice, just yell. Oh, yeah. And
I just love that move.
Phoenix, and at that point I thought it was over, but it turns out he wasn't the legal man when they did that, because they thought,
and then another gin and juice, but they missed it.
Because fucking Cassidy pointed at Pentagon to Quinn and said, pin him. But then Quinn points. He's like, he's not even the legal fucking man.
So before you continue on, you might have missed this one because I really see in your notes you missed this amazing spot. But they actually go for a second gin juice, but this time on the legal man, which was Pentagon.
Okay.
And Pentagon, after he flips him out to go, because it's basically gin juice is a Frankensteiner into a cutter. Mm-hmm. So he goes for the Frankensteiner onto Pentagon. Pentagon flips over, grabs Cassidy instead of getting hit by a cutter, he transitions it into a destroyer, which made me freak the fuck out. I was like, oh my god.
That did look good, and I think I just accidentally forgot to write that one down. But yeah, that was also a good moment. I always love a Canadian destroyer. Yeah. But anyways, this match ended with after they threw Cassidy out, after Cassidy was like confused as to who was the legal man.
Yeah.
Pentagon did the arm breaker to Quinn.
Poor Quinn.
And then performed the package pile driver diving double foot stomp. And then Phoenix secured it by attacking Cassidy with a tope con hilo.
Yeah.
And that ended the match. So, fucking Lucha Brothers, now the new Yeti.
The new Yeti.
Yeah, Lucha Brothers picked up the win, so Private Party is now out of the tag team tournament.
Yes, they made it to the finals.
So, this match was fucking great to me. There were so many times I had to stop, rewatch a part, and keep rewatching it because there were so many good. Like, this was probably the longest. Oh yeah, easily the longest list out of all of the things.
Yeah, there's just so much happening.
So much happening and so many good moments. I'm only giving it 4 to 5 stars, but this is the match that totally sold me on Private Party.
Yeah, I gave this match 3 stars, which sounds really surprising. I thought it was way too spicy. No, fuck that. You want to give me my honest opinion? I gave this match 5 out of 5 stars. Easily the best tag team match I've ever seen in my entire life.
Damn.
This puts fucking Private Party and Young Bucks to shame slightly. No, this is Private Party is like. When they say Young Bucks is the best tag team, I think they're lying. I think they actually meant Private Party is the best tag team in the world.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
This is what tag team wrestling should be. This was a hot opener. I got super excited. I thought it was the greatest match I've seen in a while. And I don't dish out 5 stars like all the time unless it's good segments, because segments are
different. Segments are differently rated.
But no, I thought this match was exciting. I couldn't wait to actually talk about this match going through it. I saw this one tag that Isaiah did, where he does like this big cartwheel, big roll through and tags in his partner.
He so they go for I think they go for a DDT or something, but where is it? I wrote this somewhere. Where the fuck was it? Oh, okay. So Phoenix pulled Quinn off the top ropes into Pentagon, but he reversed the Hurricanrana from Pentagon, and then he reversed a Hurricanrana to Pentagon, and then reversed a Hurricanrana by Phoenix into some flips for the tag to Cassidy. And there's just always some cool shit like that they're doing.
But yeah, anyways, I thought this was like one of the best. This is probably the best match the second best match AEW has ever put on, next to Cody and Dustin, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I think like It's only up for Private Party. I think I was sad when they actually got knocked out because I really wanted Private Party to win the tag belts.
See, that's
easily.
my one problem with this match is that I honestly think that Private Party should have won over them.
But no, like they're continuing the story that we'll see later.
But I really wanted them to win. I really, really wanted them to win.
But it makes sense that Lucha Bros. I think Lucha Bros are going to win the tag titles.
Yeah, and I don't hate the Lucha Bros. I just honestly would have rather to see like a newer team coming in to be the winners.
But you're a hipster and you hate anybody who's turned.
Yeah, apparently. But yeah, no, this was probably one of the best matches on the night. I might change my mind in the future, but no.
No, this was a 5-star match, hands down.
All right. So next we had SCU, Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky
SCU
versus the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson.
Or to those who know them better as Smash Bros. Player 1 and Player 2.
Isn't it Player Uno and Player Dos?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't fucking speak French, those stupid Quebecers.
French?
No, yeah, they're both from Quebec, if you didn't know that.
But Uno and Dos is not French.
I'll give a little crash course on Evil Uno and Steve Grayson. So, Excalibur did this great thing in the middle of the commentary about how they were actually gone for wrestling for 4 years, and this is actually true. So this actually plays into their whole story about how they're part of Dark Order, they have their own cult, and they were hidden away. What actually happened was, because they were poor indie guys, like you don't make much money on the indies, sadly. At the time, they were big. Mm-hmm. They actually illegally went to the United States to work. So they got banned from working in the United States for 4 to 5 years.
Oh, damn.
Which is why you haven't seen them for a while. Now they've came back into AEW, and that's what Excalibur was trying to reference and make a big story about. But yeah, there's a little backstory on Dark Order. They're Canadian French lads. That's why they're so shit in the ring.
Anyways, so this one will be a lot shorter to talk about. So we had some pretty decent moments, but honestly, nothing super like huge like the last one. What the hell? Oh, right off the bat, we had some wrestling between Kazarian and Grayson, and Kazarian had like this interesting kind of like arm twist reversal where he used the rope to do just a front flip, and I had to like go back because it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Because I've never actually like seen someone do something like that. I've seen people like flip back and forth and roll back and forth, but I need someone just do a straight up just a front flip, just right to get out of that. We had a nice side slam by Grayson into a senton by Uno to Scorpio Sky, and then during kind of like this was like kind of in the mid-ish of the match, but we had the inner circle walking through the crowd. Which
kind of took away a bit from the match.
I think that was one of my big problems with it. I felt like this should have been something kind of like after or before. Mm-hmm. But anyways, they had the inner circle walking through to the top boxes seats for the match, overseeing the match. But the cameras kind of cut away to it quite frequently, and everybody in the crowd seemed more interested in watching them than the match. So that kind of took away from it. Then we had a scoop slam, which is always good, to a nice mid-rope springboard leg drop by Kazarian to Grayson, and then a guillotine leg drop to Uno, and a twisting neck breaker back to Grayson, and also nobody kicks out of the scoop slam, Donovan. And then at one point we had Kazarian rolling up Uno, and then Northern Lights suplexed Grayson for this cool double pin. So he kind of had I don't even know what they call it, like a package roll up kind of to Uno. But then Northern Lights suplexed Grayson, and he kind of held him there while pinning both of them, which was kind of neat. I thought that would have been a cool finish.
Yeah.
But I didn't think they were gonna finish it that quickly. We had Uno, who did this kind of like this guide into Grayson's rising knee strike, and then he gets on his back and then pushes Sky back up.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool spot.
into Grayson for a Northern Lights suplex to Kazarian, who's in the corner, and just fucked up both of them.
That was actually a belly to back, but I'll let it slide this time.
No, because it was a belly to belly.
Yeah, it's a belly to belly suplex.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Northern, you put your head between their arms.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
And
what
you
the
actually
difference...
pin them.
All right. Well, I'm getting schooled in wrestling lingo here.
It's okay. He's the newbie.
Yeah. Anyways,
He's a young boy.
had the belly to belly suplex to Kazarian in the corner that fucked them both up. We had a back rollover by Kazarian over top of Uno, which would transition into a backbreaker, and then a cutter by Sky to Uno. Cutter. And then another cutter by Kazarian to Grayson, which transitioned to a double dragon sleeper to both Uno and Grayson by Sky and Kazarian, which always looks cool. I love dragon sleepers.
Yep.
Then the Uno eventually fucking Kazarian and Grayson got out, but Uno had this really weird. It was like I wasn't sure.
I love this move.
I don't know what it was, and I couldn't find.
It's a pump handle lift into a reverse STO.
Okay, so I was on the right track with that. Okay, I did a
yeah.
spinning.
No, JR did a funny line. He was like, he reversed it. Wait, why is there a pin? I'm like JR just doesn't know the move.
Yeah, JR was like super.
No, that's
confused.
Uno's finish.
Okay. Anyways, that was a really cool fucking move.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Kazarian with a slingshot DDT to Grayson and an assisted slingshot DDT to Uno on the apron.
Yeah.
And then this ended with the SCU hitting the SCU later to Grayson.
What a shitty looking move.
You don't like the SCU later?
SCU's too, like, the last two finishers, as I keep saying at the end of their match, awkward finish. Gory turned into a knee. I'm like, this looks weird. At least it's better than the stupid drop kick power bomb thing they did last week.
So yeah, SCU defeated the Dark Order. Dark Order are now out of the tournament. SCU advances to face the Lucha Brothers.
Continue that story about how they took out Daniels.
Mm-hmm. So this match was an alright match. Bit of a down step from the last match. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It had some good moments, but a lot of the moments that were slow were like kind of subpar and I think below them. Mm-hmm. So like there was a lot of lull moments where it was just like, oh, I'm just gonna forearm smash you, I'm just gonna run into you, I'm just gonna fucking kick you in the corner, and it was a lot of that. And I felt like about half of the match was that, and this match could have been condensed down into those best moments, and I think it would have been a lot better for it. So
I disagree. So I thought this is the best match SCU's had in any AEW overall. This is my first time seeing Dark Order in full, and I thought I love the Dark Order after this. Evil Uno, for such a big guy, the way he can bump and sell was just amazing throughout this match. As I said, Uno bumping like a machine. I said Uno can move. I was just really impressed by him and Grayson. SCU has been weird for me in AEW so far because like I've watched Frankie Kazarian since the TNA days in like 2008, and his chemistry with Sky is finally showing forward to me. I can actually see that they're a good tag team. But yeah, no, I thought this was a very, very good match overall. I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. I thought it was a solid tag match. The Inner Circle did take a little bit away, but no, I thought this match was actually pretty good.
And I think that was kind of like my big problem with it is that them walking through, I knew immediately, everybody's going to turn away from the match.
Yeah.
And they did. Everybody.
But I mean, they came back and they cheered on. They chanted, "This is awesome" throughout the match. And I thought at the beginning it was kind of slow, but at the end I was really enjoying it. Like Stu Grayson, Evil Uno, you my boys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing more from them. I'm hoping Evil Uno gets like kind of like more story development, more character development. Mm-hmm. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, though. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to SCU versus Lucha Bros now. Yeah. Do you think that in story? I don't know if they said in story terms. Did they say if Christopher Daniels is going to be back?
He's gone for 6 to 8 weeks because of a stinger. Okay. That's what they said at the beginning of the match.
The stinger?
No, yeah, stinger and pinched nerve.
Okay. All right. Yes.
In kayfabe, he does not actually have those injuries, but he's got to be away. I think he's going to show up at
Full
the
Gear?
tag final and maybe.
Do you think Full Gear or?
No, I think. Well, no, the tag final's next week.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he was going to show up for that.
No, I think he's going to show up and support his guys, and I think that he might actually be the reason they win. Okay. Because I can see it feel good for having the SCU win, but I think it should be the Lucha Bros.
That's fair. Anyways, next up we have Kenny Omega versus Joey Janela. And I completely stopped doing what I did before, as Donovan sees. Anyways, right off the bat, we have both of them coming in, giving each other, we got handshakes, boys. We got handshakes. Mutual respect. I like seeing that. Anyways, right off the bat, we had this weird, chicken wing over the back lifting leg suplex by Omega to Janela. I thought it kind of just looked neat because it's like he like has the chicken wing but puts it over top of himself and grabs the leg for this like kind of, I don't know, it was so weird to look at, but I was like, I don't know, I just, anytime I see something new I'm like, ooh, I like that. Anyways, that looked cool. We had Janela with a sweep kick and a drop kick to Kenny. But when Janela sweep kicked Kenny, Kenny's face legitimately bounced right off the fucking mat.
That was great.
That, like, I was like, fuck, Kenny's gonna have another broken nose again after that. Omega hits Janela with a double Snapdragon suplex, which, you know me. You know I love my Snapdragons.
Oh, yeah, I put that the best Snapdragon in the business.
He always can make those things look fucking devastating as fuck.
Yeah.
We had Janelle with a really weird kind of rolling German suplex because he kind of like.
I thought that was great.
He kind of did it a little.
It was a snap German.
Okay, yeah, because he kind of did it like almost sideways, but he did it right to the corner, and Omega sold the fuck out of that.
All I have to say is when I saw that, I'm like, Kenny, you missed the fucking ring thing. He just hit the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Omega knows how to just fucking turn potato, just spaghetti leg everything. Janela hits Omega with the fucking beautiful ass elbow drop. Janela knows how to fucking throw it an elbow drop just like fucking, just like the Macho Man, just like fucking Velveteen Dream does.
Yeah.
They're always so great. Oh yeah, this one. So we had this was a weird one. I don't know exactly how it was again, but essentially Omega kind of threw Janela from the top rope, but you had Janela looking inwards, and I think he was punching at Kenny's head.
Yeah.
Because Kenny was in the corner, and Kenny kind of threw him up, and he came down, and he hit the corner of the turnbuckle again.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, rip Cesaro's teeth immediately. I said that
That was
out
the
loud.
post, though.
Yeah, but like it was close enough.
No.
Close enough. Anyways, and then another Snapdragon suplex, and then a running knee by Kenny.
4-2.
4-2. And then we had probably my favorite moment of the match. Kenny goes for the V trigger, and Janela counters with a German suplex, and then followed by him running to the ropes, coming back, and then Omega just gives him this fucking meaty ass chop, just this fucking brutal ass hit. And then Janela goes into this bicycle kick. By Janela right to Kenny in the face, and I'm like, fuck, Kenny's gonna be broken. Like, his fucking nose has got to be just fucking ground up cartilage by now. Then we had Kenny kicking, like he kicked his hand away, and then gave him a bicycle knee, and then they finished it with a Fisherman Buster by Janela.
Yeah, that was a good move.
Always a great move to see. Sorry, Donovan just destroying my equipment. Then Janela fucked up.
So the best spot of the match, Janela just gets really intense, runs back and forth off the rope like 20 times. JBL, eat your heart out. This is how you close. I mean, a brother.
God damn it. Anyways, Janela just fucked up Omega with this fucking lariat. Like, this was JBL, but on crack.
Yeah, no,
like,
this is Stan Hansen right here.
This is some shit right here. Anyways, we have Omega kind of like rolling around, and he's on the outside of the he's on the corner of the apron right now, and we think, oh, is Janela gonna actually pick up the win for this? So Janela goes to the top, and he goes for a senton, but misses it and onto the apron. And I'm like, everybody does this and fucking dies from it.
Yeah, crazy idiot.
And then which Omega throws him back in, counters him with a brutal V trigger, and takes Janela's soul to the fucking next life, and then finishes it with the one-winged angel for the 1-2-3. So, pretty nice singles match overall. This is their second match I think they've had, not including
the other one was on Dark.
Yeah. This was a really nice match overall. Nice, short, quick, to the point. Mm-hmm. Had a lot of really good moments, and it really kind of put over Janela as a really like potential big player. So I'd give this 3.5 stars out of 5. I didn't really see any reason to give it anything more, anything less. I think it's pretty like solid, kind of like mid-match.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't do anything more than it needed to, and it didn't kind of like outstay its welcome, which is what I liked about it.
Do you want to hear my opinion?
You hated it.
I did not hate it. I have a different opinion than you.
He gave it like a 1 out of 5 stars.
No, I did
It's just because
not.
it's not fucking goddamn.
No, I thought this was a good match. Overall, it was very action-packed, but I had 2 problems with this match. I would have gave it the same grade as you, but I gave it 3 out of 5 stars for 2 simple reasons. One, well, I guess 3 reasons. One, it felt like a TV match, like very much a TV match, like
okay,
all the great spots. Second, there was no point in this match. The whole match, I'm like, okay, Meg's just gonna win this.
okay.
That was my whole thought. And then for me, Janela didn't really come out looking like a star to me, at least.
Really?
I felt like he just looked like he's like on the same level as like Jimmy Havoc, which is like he's a solid mid card guy at this point. He's not higher mid card like what they've done with like Darby Allin, what they've done with like Hangman, what they've done with like Hager.
I feel like personally, I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they put Janela up to being this like potential big player. Like obviously he's got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Compared to like because like in kayfabe like terms, he's like compared to Kenny, he's like fresh blood.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like he could be something like a future Moxley type character.
See, I disagree. Like I hope that one day he becomes that. Obviously, because he's very talented. But the way this match came off to me, it just felt like they could have put somebody else up against Kenny Omega to give them more of a spotlight. Like, I was hoping Joey Janela would actually, like, have a match against someone like, let's say...
Like Kip Sabian or something?
Yeah, and, like, beat Kip Sabian to establish himself more because the problem with Joey Janela right now is, like, he's lost to Moxley, he's now lost to Omega, he's lost to Darby, and he's lost to Jimmy Havoc. So he's like...
He's on a losing streak.
Yeah, he hasn't really won anything big yet. So
speaking of which, where the fuck is Kip Sabian?
Oh, he's been on After Dark.
Oh, okay. I was like, I haven't seen him in forever.
I think he's going to start making more appearances on there as they go. But, like, for me, I felt like this match was just very go through the motions, very, like, it held my attention, yes, but I didn't feel like it was... If I gave it any more than 3 stars, I felt like that'd be like a slap in the face to any other matches I've given higher.
That's fair. I do agree. It does feel definitely like a TV match. Yeah. I don't agree with the whole Joey thing, but c'est la vie. But yeah, definitely with the whole TV thing, it did feel like, yeah, this is like, it's got a short amount of time. It definitely just goes through all the high spots. They didn't really reinvent the wheel. They didn't like experiment with anything, so I will give you that one.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on
to the best part of the night.
Holy fuck, this was so
Sorry,
good.
The second best part of the night.
This such a great fucking thing. So we have Cody coming out addressing the Full Gear Championship match against Chris Jericho for the AEW, well, apparently World Heavyweight Champion now.
Honk.
What are you, a goose?
Honk.
And then we had
Honk.
By
Honk.
Yes, being
Honk.
We had the Inner Circle. Being...
Sorry, I was just doing what Inner Circle did to Cody.
This honestly, I thought this was just fans being dicks. Yeah. I honestly didn't think that this was the Inner Circle until they cut away. So we had the Inner Circle just using the fucking air horns on them, except for
Honk.
minus Jake Hagar, because he's at his he has his fight.
He finished his fight. He kicked the guy in the dick by accident.
Good. Anyways, we had them kind of like just mocking Cody, Chris Jericho being an asshole, calling him an entitled millennial little bitch. Yeah.
There's one thing I have to say, and this is the one criticism people gave to this thing, and I will admit it is a good criticism. Why didn't Cody just turn to like the camera and just say, "Cut off his damn mic"? Like, he's a paying customer. Cody could just be like, "Yo, turn off his mic."
I mean,
that's what I was saying. Like, Cody, just turn off his mic. Stop arguing with the loser.
but we want this. Anyways, we had Cody going to...
Oh, no. There's one thing you missed that was great. I have to mention this. So Cody, the first thing Cody says to Jericho, which is a huge shot to WWE, is like Cody just turns to Jericho and he's just like, this isn't an invisible wall like it is like in the other company. I can come up there and come kick your ass. He's like, come kick my ass. I got 4 people. Bring it. Bring it, boy.
And small little thing I want to go off, and this might go off onto a tangent. I got to level with you. Why can someone in a different company like AEW, like Cody,
Yeah.
take a shot at AEW like this, completely harmless, I think.
WWE?
Yeah, take a shot at WWE like this. But then the moment somebody, and don't get me wrong, I know like Seth Rollins has said some stupid shit, but why the moment he defends WWE and takes a shot back at them, everybody just jumps down his fucking dick
Well,
hole.
here's what's been. I'll just quote what CM Punk said. Both shows shouldn't be taking shots at the other. It's a waste of time.
It is, and I do agree with that, but I also think it is harmless competition.
The thing I don't like, the thing that I don't like about Cody and the Young Bucks is it seems like every other week they're on live television taking a shot.
See, but here's
the thing. Cody took a shot at WWE this week. He broke the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Bucks have taken multiple shots at WWE, and so has Jericho. The Bucks, it's okay because that's part of their character, but like, I feel like when you keep the thing I don't like about them taking shots is it goes onto Twitter and they take shots on Twitter as well. It's like every day they're taking shots at each other. It's like I don't care.
Here's my thing: is whether or not they take shots, I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as it's entertaining to me.
Oh no, I care because at this point it's just fucking annoying. It's at the point where if Cody takes another shot at WWE, I'm just gonna be like, Cody, you're becoming less of my favorite because now you're just becoming like Seth Rollins.
See, and that's fine for you to have.
And
that
Kenny
opinion.
Omega should not be allowed to cut promos on his own outside because he keeps shitting on NXT.
But here's my thing. Here's my big problem with this is like whether or not you care about it is irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
Because like I don't really give a shit either way. But my problem is people who will actively shit.
Yeah.
On Seth Rollins, and I'm not saying you because you're not. You're equal in
Yeah.
both things. But people will shit on Seth Rollins, but then give Cody, the Young Bucks, and Kenny a pass for this.
Yeah.
And it's like,
oh no, people have not been giving Kenny a pass.
no, there definitely hasn't been. But I see a lot of people just shitting on them,
Yeah.
and not AEW at all. And
Yeah.
it's like if you're gonna shit on one, you gotta shit on.
I think
both.
you're just seeing one person's side because there are some people that support. The thing with Rollins, the one thing that made me lose a lot of respect for Rollins is look at my paycheck compared to yours.
Oh yes, shit like that.
That's as soon as he said that, and now he's continued it,
Mm-hmm.
and he continues to take shots, is where I have my problem with Seth Rollins, which is why at this point he's on television. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
And that's why the fans have turned on Seth Rollins a lot, is because he's come, like when John Cena would say stuff about the competition, he would never like take shots at them. He would just say like, oh,
He would just indirectly reference.
This is why I like this company. This is why I'm here and all that. With Seth Rollins, I feel like the problem with him is he's been such a dick about it.
And he's very kind of like he puts his foot in his mouth quite frequently.
Well, the thing is like when Cody and Jericho and like Bucks do it, they do it in a funny way. Rollins have not done it in a single funny way. Same as Omega. Omega's in the same boat because he keeps crapping on NXT. It's at the point where the fans are like,
the thing is with Kenny's promo is that he's friends with a lot of the people in NXT, and he fully admitted like a lot of that stuff that he said isn't actually true. It's more so in the character of Kenny Omega. It's not Tyson
The problem
Smith.
with that is when he says that, it's like I was in the character of Kenny Omega. It's like, oh, that's just such a way to like save yourself from saying that stuff.
It is, but I mean,
To end that discussion, basically, you can like both. It's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, ending this discussion, would I agree with CM Punk? You can like both, and if one of them tells you not to like the other, which I haven't seen someone come out and straight said yet, as long as you enjoy both, great. That's fine.
Also, can both sides stop taking shots at each other for a while? It's just sickening.
I'm sure at some point it's going to have to stop.
Yeah.
Anyways, back on track. We'll come back a bit. After that shot, we had Cody coming out. He was kind of like contemplating going over and going after Chris Jericho.
And then Kenny Jericho was like, "Oh, there's 4 of us and 1 of you, Cody."
Mm-hmm. But then we hear some music hit, and it's Dustin coming out to back up Cody.
Dustin who, Poirier?
Yes.
He's a great MMA fighter.
Dustin Rhodes coming out to back up Cody. And after that, we got MJF.
Michael Jackson Friedman.
Yes, Michael Jackson Friedman. And then there's this one fucking thing Jericho said to him. He's just like he's just like
the best thing he said. Who wears a scarf?
Yeah, he's like, who wears a scarf? And then I'm like, Jericho, you did, you fucking dingus.
Shots at WWE.
Okay, that was like an indirect shot though. That was more at his own character.
That was him being so delusional.
That was. And he's come out several times with scarves. Wearing scarves to the fucking arena. So I'm like, Jericho, you wear a scarf all the time, you dumb shit. Anyways, then we have one more person, Diamond Dallas Page, coming out.
Oh, the biggest pop of the night. It's the thing. To those who don't know, the reason he's out there is because Dustin Rhodes is like... DDP actually mentored Cody when he was a child. And through his wrestling school. And yeah, they're actually good friends. So I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, so we had all four of them coming up here. And Jericho's saying, "Don't you come up here! Don't you come up here!" And I'm like, and then they just proceed to keep walking up there. And Chris Jericho at this point is just freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
And they kind of barricade themselves in this little side room. and at this point, Cody reaches over and MJF hands him his scarf. He doesn't hand him his scarf. He wraps it around Cody's fist, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
And right away,
what
Cody,
a badass man.
Cody just straight up fucking punches through the window door glass, just fucking like opens it up and lays into Chris Jericho. And at this point, it's just a full-on brawl out into the kind of like the hallway atrium area.
This was such like an old school like Attitude Era brawl type thing, which I thought was great.
And we had Jericho stealing someone's crutches and Cody throwing a garbage can at Jericho.
I just loved how. Did you see when Sammy Guevara just grabs like this metal garbage can and just launches it at MJF? I'm like, oh damn, damn Sammy.
That was fucking hilarious.
And then just also, you see Ortiz and DDP just duking it out in the corner.
And then we had fucking Cody throws Jericho over into one of the food kind of areas, and then we hear Jerry yell, "My God, they're gonna destroy the Dippin' Dots." That was my best JR impression. My God, they're gonna destroy the Dippin' Dots. And anyways, at this point, the security starts to break it up, and some police come. They escort Cody, Dallas, MJF, and Dustin away. And Chris keeps saying, I bought a ticket. I like
how the way Jericho cut it at the end made it sound like, oh, we still got the better of them. Like, oh, we could keep going. Oh, it's such a good promo.
But then one thing that kind of fucking annoyed me about this is that they decided to put an ad in the middle of this. Not like one of the ads where they cut away and fade to black. It's one of those ads where you can't hear anything. And I'm like...
Yeah, no, my favorite part is when he licks the ticket.
Yeah, and he sticks it to his forehead.
Like, you're freaking great, Jericho.
Anyways, this was a fucking great kind of mid promo thing.
What would you give this promo?
It's a 5 for me. It's the same thing as like the end of NXT, except this is in the middle. I fucking love this like kind of old school style, but just Cody punching through that glass window, just like I'm like.
Yeah, I gave this one 5 stars too. I love a heel that's so delusional that even after he lost, he's like, I can still go. We're still the best. We the Inner Circle. This is what we about. And I'm just like, this was great.
Yeah, Chris Jericho is fucking committed to being Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
All right. Then next up, after the advertisement was done, actually no, it wasn't quite done yet because they fucking cut into the beginning of this middle. But we have the Best Friends with Orange Cassidy, the Best Friends, I should just say, versus the Young Bucks, which yeah. So next match, no. Anyways, this was another kind of halfway decent match. Definitely not as good as the first
two.
Yeah, well, first one for me.
First two.
Whatever you say there. Anyways, right off the bat, we got Nick and Matt both being a bunch of dicks to Orange Cassidy.
Deservedly so.
No, absolutely not. Get the fuck out of my plate. No. So we had Nick pushing Orange Cassidy, and Orange Cassidy just fucking lays into them with brutal ass super kicks right to the fucking shins. Just straight up breaks them out of their own sockets. And somehow they managed to pop him back into place just in time to throw Orange Cassidy out, get him out of the ring. Mm-hmm. And then we have the actual match starting off. So right off the bat, we had Taylor, so Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. Sorry, I should
Whoa! Before we get into that,
this.
did you?
What?
Oh no, you're not getting there. Never mind.
We had Taylor who threw Nick into Beretta's cutter.
You missed it. No, you didn't miss it. I'm reading your notes way too far ahead. My bad.
Jesus.
There's one spot I want to talk about.
All right, we'll talk about it. We'll get there. If I miss it, you can cut me off and tell me about it. We had Taylor throwing Nick into Beretta's cutter, which is always a cool looking move.
Cutter.
We had the Bucks with a double backbreaker and a rolling neck breaker combo to Beretta.
Combo.
We had the Bucks stealing.
That's the one thing.
Move.
I like how they even did the zoom out camera thing. When I saw that, I'm like, Bucks being heels.
How fucking dare they? What a bunch of pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Then we had Taylor throwing Matt into the spear by Beretta on the outside.
The spear?
The spear, sorry. The spear. We had a cool Doomsday knee off of the apron. They did it off the corner of the apron to the outside, and fucking Nick was turned into a fucking, I don't know, a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
We had Matt Jackson planting Taylor on the apron with a DDT, of course, as always. We had Beretta with this nice German suplex to Nick, who was tagged in by Matt, who also got suplexed. Then we had Beretta going for another German on Nick, but then he gets roundhouse kicked in the process. But then Beretta rallies back for quickly for a deadlift German suplex to Nick that was holy shit. Like this deadlift German suplex by Beretta to Nick after that kind of combo thing, like it was weird because I thought he was just gonna fall over and take it, but as soon as like Beretta kind of like rallied back and just grabbed Nick around the waist and just did the German suplex, I was like, oh fuck yeah, just get my dick rock hard now. But that was probably my favorite moment of the match, because just like the angle of the camera mixed with the sound Beretta made when he screams lifting him was always so fucking good.
Yeah.
And then we had Taylor coming in with a belly to belly suplex to both of the Bucks, so one after the other. We had nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow, and also they stole my line. Fuck you.
No. So here's the thing. So me and my co-host Judge Lemon, we have this running joke where nobody kicks out of the Scoop Slam. And do you know where I took that from?
Nobody kicks.
Chuck Taylor's nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. My favorite thing on commentary is that Scalp was like, nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
And the thing is,
and then JR's like, but he did.
But the thing is like normally they don't say shit like that, but then all of a sudden he comes out saying shit like that.
No, Chuck Taylor, that's where I stole it from.
Oh, he says
that's why I said nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
Okay, I see.
That's who I stole it from.
All right. Well, I just said you stole my line, you fuck, in the middle of watching this.
Yeah, see, my problem is my co-host has a narcissistic complex where he thinks he's better than everybody.
I am.
That's why he only watches Kenny Omega matches.
Yep. Best person in the world. So then we had a brutal avalanche German suplex by Beretta to Matt into a soul food half and half combo to Nick, which was, I always love, I don't know why, but avalanche versions of moves I already love are always so nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen a avalanche snapdragon suplex yet, but that would probably just kill both.
I don't
people.
think you can do a snap off the avalanche.
Fuck you, they'll do it just to kill each other. And then we had the best friends hug coming back. It's the true best friends hug.
The only way to do it.
The only way to do it. Then we had Orange Cassidy jumping off.
Yeah, just doing a dive with his hands in his pocket.
Just Orange Cassidy being Orange Cassidy. Then we had the best friends. They hit Strong Zero and Matt, but then Nick proceeds to break up the pin with a senton right on top of them. That was fucking like hilarious. Just because like don't run in and just kind of like kick them or push them off or something like that. Let's just senton on top of them.
Yeah.
And then we had super kick parties to both of the friends, but then brought to the end when the Young Bucks hit Taylor with more bang for your buck.
Bringing it back. This
match was pretty good overall. I didn't feel like there was really any. It was another one of those matches where there wasn't really any lulls in the fighting at all. There was no ads in this middle of this one. So that was kind of nice to see that, and I didn't see just a lot of like, oh, I'm just gonna hold you in the corner and punch you. Oh, I'm gonna just fucking put you in a chokehold for 20 minutes like Randy Orton.
Fair enough.
So, and I'm not saying it has to be always fast paced every minute. I'm just saying it has to be interesting.
Yeah.
Overall, this is a decent match. I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I felt like this is a match that really put over the Best Friends as big candidates for being the tag team champions at some point in the future. And of course, Orange Cassidy, gotta love me some Orange Cassidy as always. Bucks, they did what they did best.
Do you want to hear my opinion, or do you want to keep going?
You want to shit on it?
I'm not gonna shit on it.
Okay, what do you think?
So I gave this match 3.25 stars out of 5. Which sounds pretty low for a Young Buck match. The only reason, honestly, it got that low, I would have gave it much higher. I just felt the match was a little short. I wanted the match to go longer. I felt like they didn't get a chance to get into like that second gear. And I felt like this match would have benefited from being much longer, especially with a match coming up soon being just cut out completely.
Donovan, did they not get into full gear? And my co-host just walked out on me.
Anyways, so I think if they would have cut a match that we're gonna have later on, and I'll explain when we get there. I thought this match would benefit from being a lot longer. Honestly, I thought this match was gonna be about 4 stars. It's just. It was a little bit short. Like it
was definitely a TV match.
Yeah, it felt like the match. I swear the match was only like 6-7 minutes long. I think this match went to.
I think it was 10 minutes.
I believe it's actually shorter than that because I think it was just as long as the Kenny Omega match. And the Kenny Omega match was only like 8 minutes.
Yeah, so it was probably.
So I think if this match went like maybe like 3 minutes longer, I felt like it would have been able to get into the top gear and been like. The second best tag match on the show, but for me it's the third just because it didn't get the time.
For me,
that's the only reason that I gave it a low mark. But yeah, it was a solid tag match. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right, and then following that, the Bucks grabbed some microphones.
Oh, my dick's hard for this.
And the Bucks decided to respond to Santana and Ortiz's challenge for full gear, and they accepted. So now we got the Young Bucks versus Santana and Ortiz. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this match at Full Gear.
Anyways, you want to skip the next match?
Yeah, I kind of do, but we should still talk about it.
I know. All right.
One thing I will say before you get into the match, this is going to be Britt Baker versus Jimmy Hayter. I don't think... We all know Britt Baker's going to come because it's Pittsburgh, and I get it's their hometown. Yeah. I will say there was a good hometown feel to this match.
There was.
But I'll let you describe this beautiful disaster.
Anyways, we had Jamie Hayter versus Britt Baker.
For those who don't know, Jimmy Hayter is the tag team partner of Pritzley.
Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, Jamie Hayter is the tag team partner of Bea Priestley over in like Stardom, I think. So that's why, because Britt and Bea are in a
kind of like a feud.
Yeah,
kind of a feud.
This match makes sense on paper, but anyways,
it does make sense on paper, not so much in execution. So right off the bat, we had Jamie Hayter being kind of just a bitch and just wrestling around, starting it off hot dick on before the bell's even going, hitting Baker, just a lot of like oh hey look at me, I'm better than you, I'm better than everyone.
There was one weird spot during the break where Hayter just gets like a willy, does like a wet willy.
I mentioned that later. So
nobody kicks out the one.
You already ruined it.
I'm sorry, I just saw it.
Okay, anyways, we had a short break.
What the fuck?
Okay.
It's my finish now.
We had Baker kind of...
You've changed my whole perceptions. What I was going to say is that I hate wet willies in matches because I think it's dumb, but anyways.
Oh, no. Okay, so we had Baker eventually rallying back, and she kicks Hayter in her vagina. Straight up, I'm not fucking kidding you. I watched it back a few times.
Just say what you have on there.
She says Baker with the... I put Baker with the cunt punt.
That's gonna be my other finishing move.
I'm not even fucking kidding. I watched this back several times, like, to make sure, like, did I see that? No, she straight up kicked Hayter in the fucking cunt. And that was fucking great. It was fantastic. And I wish she would, I honestly kind of wish now they turn Britt heel and have that as her finish.
Yeah.
Anyways, we had Hayter hit Baker with a suplex in the corner. Looked pretty nice, actually, overall. But then the thing Donovan's mentioning was at some point she got her into, I think it was a
camel clutch.
Camel clutch. And she just decides to give her a wet willy and then actually legitimately pins her after this, and she kicks out, and I just put nobody kicks out of the wet willy. And Donovan's losing his shit over here. Anyways, Britt comes around with this, fights back a little bit, and then straight up just goes for an RKO, just burying Randy Orton.
No, it's a cutter, man.
No, that's a fucking RKO.
No, that's a cutter, man.
That's
what everybody's hitting all night.
Okay, but you know what?
This bitch.
You know what? No.
Just because you have a hatred for Baker.
Okay, here's the thing. Everybody else does the fucking cutter in a way that looks different from Randy Orton's. Baker legitimately just straight up like turned around, jumped, and grabbed it right like Randy Orton does.
Don't you dare compare Randy Orton to Britt Baker. Randy Orton is light years ahead of Britt Baker.
It wasn't as majestic, but it was a sloppy RKO.
He's the best cutter of all time.
Anyways, and I just put, hey, it's the move that's not the RKO. I swear it. And then she hit it into the swinging net breaker, and then it ended with Britt hitting a super kick on Hayter and then putting in the lockjaw submission for the tap. Honestly, the only thing about this match was like the few funny things I wrote about it, and it was a 1 out of 5 for me. This match made me literally feel less than nothing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I put before the ring. I put piss break. Because I literally took a piss break in the middle of this. Nice. I didn't even pause. I didn't care.
Did you see the wet willy bit?
Yeah, no, I did see that. But otherwise I wouldn't have laughed. I give this one 1.5 stars out of 5. The only reason it gets higher than the tag team match from NXT is because I'm actually interested in what Jamie Hayter is going to do. Because I actually think she's quite talented. And she's the same age as me, so.
Nobody kicks out of the wet willy.
No, but Baker's still bland. I hope to see more of Hayter and it's just I just don't care about, like, Britt Baker's promos suck dick too. It's like I just don't care.
I don't know what it is, like, because
maybe we're like the only two that just don't like her.
Maybe I don't know, but like,
I mean, she got a big pop.
She did, but that's fine for her hometown. But they keep selling us Britt Baker as if she's like the next like Becky Lynch or the next fucking
Charlotte Flair
or Shayna Baszler or fucking Rhea Ripley.
Shayna
Blazer. You heard me. I didn't fucking stutter, bitch.
I'm good.
Now I'm stuttering. But they keep selling us Baker like she's the next big thing. Mm-hmm. And I don't see it. And they told us they have no writers or anything, so this is up on them. Yeah. And I just don't. I honestly think she needs some help writing her character because I'm not sold on her character. I feel like her moveset's kind of bland and everything she's done, it's done better. The best move that she has in her thing is the lockjaw. Yeah. It's a great
but she's stealing
finisher.
That from Pac.
The
only thing she's adding is she's
a mandible claw to it. Yeah, which is it's cool to see both kind of added together, but again, it's just a mix of two different moves. Not that it's a bad thing in this case, but everything else she does is just, it's like she has some hits. She did a fucking, not the RKO. She did a swinging neck breaker. She had
super kick,
a fisherman's buster, I think.
Yeah.
Just some suplex and stuff. And it's like we've seen it done by everybody else. My
problem with her is she has no personality.
And that too, and that's
like
the
she's a dentist. I don't like dentists.
I don't go to the dentist, so I can't relate.
Yeah. There's one thing I'm gonna mention before you get into the next match. So they have an interview backstage with Hayter, and then Brandy Rose just flips out and just attacks her, and then just looks really angry into the camera. And I was just like, "What's Brandy mad about?" And I think they're gonna be building up to maybe a match between Brandy Rose and Britt Baker.
Maybe.
Even though they've already had a match, but it's just like, and when I saw that, I was like, whoa, chill.
I mean, I don't really care, honestly. I hope Britt Baker gets better. I would like her to, but I don't see the appeal of her yet.
Yep.
Anyways, next up, last match of the night, we have Pac versus Jon Moxley.
I just have to add that to it.
All right. Anyways, we had Jon Moxley starting off his entrance, which is always good to see Jon Moxley's entrance. I just love his song. But then right off the bat, Pac is starting a trend with his fucking chair right off the bat.
Runs and hits somebody.
Every fucking time.
Well, he is the bastard.
I know, but like, can you not just come into his music for once and then hit people with
Cody,
a chair?
he's a bastard. If I had a match against you and I had the chance to just run up behind you and hit you with a chair for every match, I would do it.
I know you would. Anyways, so we had fucking Pac just hitting Moxley for like the first solid 2 minutes, just beating the shit out of him, and eventually Moxley just kind of loses his shit on Pac, and he literally just comes out of nowhere, just picks up Pac and slams into the corner, and just goes fucking ham on him with the fucking kicks, and I love seeing that. I don't know why, but every time Moxley freaks out, it's always fucking entertaining to see. And then at one point we have Pac gaining back his composure, hitting Moxley some more. And then Moxley's on the ground getting kicked by Pac. And Moxley just keeps daring Pac, come on, hit me again. Hit me again. And eventually he kicks him in the chest a couple more times. But then eventually Moxley's come on. And he does this nasty kick right to the side of Moxley's head. And Moxley just fucking passes out. Yeah. Just dies right there. We had a beautiful standing shooting star press by Pac. Of course, he's the man fucking Gravity forgot.
Yeah. That's his WWE tag. Don't say that.
He is the man Gravity forgot. He always knows how to.
Ricochet's crying somewhere.
Of course he is. That would be a good match to see. I'm not going to go off on that, but that would be a good match to see. We had fucking Moxley regain his composure a little bit, and then on the apron, I honestly thought this was a different move, but they called it a bulldog, and he did that to Pac on the outside apron.
Oh, so what I wrote down is that he did the Dirty Deeds version 1.
Yeah, that's
what his first finisher, but
the thing is,
it's basically what it is. It's a reverse DDT driver?
It's a headlock driver.
Yeah, headlock driver.
And I honestly thought the same thing. I thought that's what it was when.
No, that's what it is. They just do a missed call that one time.
Okay, because
don't forget, Tony Schiavone's never seen that move before.
but the way he did it, he also kind of jumped off the side rather than falling forward. So that's why I kind of got confused as to whether it was a bulldog.
I called it Dirty Deeds version 1.
Anyways, it looks really cool. I honestly like the Dirty Deeds version 1, so I thought that was cool to see. We had. What the fuck was this? What the fuck? Oh, okay, I see what this was. Okay, so Moxley ended up turning Pac inside out with his lariat, but then had this spin out release suplex that he did.
Yeah.
And fucking Pac just kind of lands weird. I don't.
I'm just playing with the chair.
And then Moxley at one point hit the black hole on Pac.
I love how they tribute Abyss with that move now, the black hole slam.
Yeah, and then
beautiful move.
Moxley goes for a knee, goes for a pin, kicks out, goes for another knee, just because you got to have the knees. Ooh, this one was really good. This one I love. I should bold this one for you. No, okay. And then Pac rallies back a bit, gets Moxley to the top rope for a massive, beautiful
Falcon Arrow.
Avalanche Falcon Arrow.
Falcon Arrow.
But he kicks out anyways, because fuck you. Because nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
Apparently everybody does.
And then we had a brutal fucking kick on the apron to Moxley's face into this nice 450 splash on the floor, which always looks like why would you do that to yourself? And then we have Pac going for the black arrow, signifying this is the end. At the last second, Moxley rolls out of the way and Pac lands straight on his fucking face.
Yeah, he's been trying to hit this move all match.
He tried I think twice before, three times in total, and the last time he missed.
Yeah.
he has been trying to hit this move for so long, and he's only hit it once, but in combination with the brutalizer on Paige. Mm-hmm. But he's tried so hard to get this move so many times, and every time he doesn't, he always looks so defeated. Like, fuck you. Like, get back in there. Lands on his face. Moxley drags him up for a paradigm shift. Hits it on him. Goes for the 1-2, but not the 3.
Yeah, kick out.
And at this point, they're counting down for the 10, 9, 8. And at this point, it's 6, but then the 1-2, and then 3 kick out, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of it.
What I don't get about this, let's just go right into this. So it was time limit draw, and it's funny because like it was till the end of the show, but like there's still like a good like 10 seconds afterwards, or like to 30 seconds. Apparently somebody counted. There was actually a good 1 minute and 40 seconds to the end of the show. So like they could have kept. Why? Like a lot of people are complaining. Like I get the criticism. I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is.
Oh no, it's not as bad as everybody says it is. I understand why they're doing this. Huh? It kind of makes sense, and we'll talk about it. But anyways, yeah, the match ended in a time limit draw due to the TV time, and we had Moxley who was pissed off about this. Hits the paradigm shift on the ref as well, because fuck the ref.
Yeah, fuck the ref.
And then we had him just repeating time limit my ass.
Yeah.
Time limit my ass. This match was pretty decent overall for what it was.
Yeah.
I would give it a 3 out of 5 stars, just because here's the deal. What we got was
turning heel on my boy Moxley. I thought you would give this match 4 stars. But
no. Okay. Listen. Okay, so this match for what it was good. I love me some Pac. I love me some Mox. I love my boy. But the problem is that this match felt like it was a teaser to a match that should be so much longer, like a 20-minute, a 30-minute match between those two. Maybe not that long, but like a longer match. And I feel like these two need that to really get like the best possible quality match out of both of them. Yeah, it felt like it needed more of that time, and I don't agree. I don't think the criticism in this is warranted. I think what they're gonna do is build up for, because the next time we're gonna see Moxley is versus Kenny at Full Gear. Mm-hmm. But I think maybe what they'll do is kind of revisit this a little bit later and maybe do the long-term thing and have Mox versus Pac at another pay-per-view. Maybe in the future, because I feel like at this point both of these two are red hot at the moment, and I don't think technically both of them have lost one, but it's because Mox turned on Pac.
Yeah,
and
no, they haven't lost singles matches yet.
But they haven't lost singles matches yet. And I think that's what they're trying to do, is they're keeping the momentum going for these two, where technically neither of them lost this match, so they're gonna kind of build it up and keep building it until it kind of like gets to the point where they gotta like address it at a pay-per-view, and I think that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
I'll wait to be corrected in the future, but I think that's what they want to do with that. Honestly though, this match was not that bad, and ending in a time limit draw, is that really that bad?
No.
Like, do we really absolutely like, oh, somebody's gotta win every time? Like, come on, that's not how things work all the time.
Okay.
Anyways, I'll let you go ahead.
So I gave this match 2 out of 5 stars because somebody clicked out of the Falcon Arrow. No, I gave it 3.5 out of 5. Oh, this was a solid match. It's Moxley and Pac. What else do you expect?
Yeah.
I just thought it was a good match. I don't really have anything to add. I just thought it was. I wish it can go longer, obviously, but it's the end of the show.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We'll talk about what happened after AEW went off air, because they did a little bit of a continuation. So after this, Moxie's all pissed off because of the time limit draw. But then Pac rallies back after kicking out of the paradigm shift, and he attacks Moxley, and then sets him up on the floor on the mat with a chair between his neck and his neck and the back of his head. And it looks like he's going to set up for the Falcon Arrow, or the Black Arrow.
Black Arrow.
Why do I always say the Falcon?
It's the best move in wrestling.
It looks like he's going to set up for the Black Arrow onto Moxley's head. But then, dun dun dun, it's the fucking Yeti coming down to save Moxley. No, it's Kenny Omega, surprisingly. Coming down, scares away Pac, who at this point is kind of like just a bitch. He doesn't want to fight anybody who he can't fucking sneak up on with the chair. And Kenny pulls the chair off of Moxley, and at this point we're thinking, oh god, Kenny's just gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And instead he decides to throw it away. We got him helping him up. And this is kind of nice because it shows like a mutual respect between the two.
Even though he drove him through a freaking table.
Even though he drove him through a freaking table and onto a hard surface and beat him with a fucking broom. Or no.
Are we going to get an eventual tag team of Omega and Moxley?
Oh, God, no.
I hope not.
No. Anyways.
Mox and the Shoe is the best tag team.
Yeah. Pac tries to attack both of them. Both Omega and Moxley throw Hawk out. And as Pac is leaving, we see fucking Hangman just walking up behind him and just standing there and just scares the absolute shit out of Pac. And at this point, we're going to think, oh, fuck, Paige is going to lay down the smackdown on his ass. And Pac leaves like the bitch he is. And he calls out Pac for a match at Full Gear. So... And that's where they left off after AEW went dark.
That's the end of the AEW versus NXT.
So
now I guess we get into who we think won this week. Who should go first?
I'll take the reign this time.
Okay.
I'll take the reign this time.
I think you take the reign every time, but let's do it. Let's keep up tradition.
So this week was a really strong week. Both had really, really good matches. Some not so good matches.
Okay, both shows had one really bad match.
Yeah, they both had. Yeah.
Which I think is the first time we both agreed on two bad matches.
Mm-hmm. But overall, definitely a pretty solid week again. I think this is I think Donovan agrees. This is a step up for AEW this week from last week. But I think once again, and I know I'm gonna sound like a fucking asshole, but
what are your star ratings for each show?
So NXT, I think I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 5 stars this week. I was originally going to give it a 3.5, but when I look at how it was, there's really only 2 matches that I loved, and the rest were either okay or not good. And whereas AEW had several good and one really great matches, and only one match that I did not like. So that one for me is going to get a 4, and I'm sorry, but it's going to go to AEW again this week, and I know people are gonna start literally just shitting on me for this being a fucking AEW dick sucker, but it is what it is, guys. What can I say? I can't. I'm not gonna lie and just give it to NXT just because they haven't got a point from me yet. So, anyways, I'll pass it off to you, Donovan.
So NXT this week I gave 3.5 stars. I thought it was a really strong week of NXT minus the women's tag match. I really liked the ending of the show. I really liked the triple threat match. I really liked the women's match with at the very beginning. I really liked Riddle and Grimes. I thought it was this really strong show. I think it was a step down from NXT last week, because I gave it 3 3/4 stars. And then for AEW this week, they had a 5-star match again, Private Party, my boys. I thought the tag team matches this week were really strong.
It was a strong week for tag teams.
Yeah, Britt Baker's match was shit. That's Britt Baker too, to be expected. But yeah, I gave AEW 3 3/4 stars this week. I thought it was a big step up from last week, because last week I thought it kind of lagged quite a bit for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this week I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna give my point to AEW. I thought it was it was a pretty easy decide, but it wasn't a landslide.
No, it wasn't. It was only a slight bit. Yeah. I mean, the high spot of NXT was definitely the triple threat match. That was a fucking goddamn amazing.
Come on,
match.
Riddle and Grimes in the women's match.
No.
Was good too.
They were I always love me some Riddle, and Grimes was great in that match. That was a fantastic, but by a landslide, the triple threat was the fucking amazing for me.
There's a lot of big moments this week, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next week.
And then AEW kind of spunked their load right off the bat with that amazing tag team match. And they kept it going throughout it, except for one little bump. So, again.
Yep, 2 points to AEW this week.
What is it, 7-1 now?
Yeah, 7-1.
That's it. So, one last thing that we're going to continue on for this. We got MVP of the week, and I think we're probably both in agreement.
No.
Okay, never mind then.
I thought about nominating the person you have because I accidentally saw his, but he doesn't know mine. But I'll let you go first.
Anyways, for my MVP of the week, it's going to be Finn Balor, which is weird because I gave the point to AEW this week, and it's usually been whoever got the point is my MVP of the week, for me at least, and actually same for you as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm keeping that trend going.
But actually this week I'm gonna give it to Finn Balor just because he fucking turned heel, and I did not expect that at all. It literally came out of fucking nowhere for me.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm like super hyped to see what he does because it left me wanting more again, and that's fucking great, and that's what I loved about that ending promo.
Yeah, this week was I think it was a pretty easy decision for me as well. There was two people I was thinking about. Finn Balor, just because of that cool moment at the end. Swerve Scott, again, I thought about him because I thought he did an amazing job in the 6-man tag. Chris Jericho was another one I was thinking about just because his amazing work this week, and I thought it was hilarious. He actually almost won it for me, but we have our first 2-time. Well, actually 3-time, because you nominated the same person as me for the first week. I'm nominating Private Party for MVP of the week again. Just because they are the greatest tag team on this earth, hands down. I don't give a fuck what anyone... Oh, Iconics, though. I'm sorry, Iconics, you've been dethroned. But no, like, again, they're the reason... Well, they're not. Like, obviously, Lucha Bros are fucking amazing, too. But no, another 5-star match for me. I had to give it to them. As soon as I was halfway through this match, I'm like, there's my MVPs of the week. They keep getting better. They're going to have 5-star matches. I can't wait for them to wrestle every single tag team. I can't wait for them to win the belts eventually, and yeah, I can't get enough. I mentioned in this is my second time nominating Private Party. You haven't nominated them yet. No, we both agreed on Sammy Guevara for the first week.
Yeah.
But no, this is the first 2-time in 2 different videos. But yeah, Private Party, I had no choice but to give it to them because they are the greatest tag team in the universe.
That's fair. I'd agree. They are probably the best tag team currently right now out of anything, and yeah, they deserve to win.
So coming up next week,
Fuck you, Lucha Bros.
Coming up next week, I don't know what matches they announced for AEW next week. I don't remember. Do you remember? Oh no, there's a tag title match. It's going to be SCU versus the Lucha Bros for the AEW tag titles.
Yeah, there was one other, and it's not coming.
I can't remember, but for NXT, I know for next week they're going to have the Kabuki Warriors taking on the women's tag team of Team Kick, and Team Kick, please just don't kick out.
And maybe we'll see something with Finn Balor.
Yeah, Finn Balor's probably going to have to address what happened, and then we'll also see Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes, which should be a good match. But yeah,
it's going to be a squash.
But yeah, in the coming weeks, you'll see us have 2 podcasts coming out in a week. Don't be scared. It's because we're going to be doing the podcast for the pay-per-views that are coming up. War Game. I think War Games might actually be later. I think it's just Full Gear. But anyways, thanks as always for watching, and we will be wrestling in progress.
No, we won't. Bye.